Welcome back to our Westmoreland County Wrestling Kickoff Show. We're now joined by head coach of the Derry area Trojans, Mike Wynell. Coach Wynell, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, thank you.
Good.
Jeff, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You all right?
Good, yeah, Jeff's
New
good.
move,
Glad you could be here with
Yep,
us again,
yep.
Mike. I think this was the same setup last year. The three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
talked
yes, it
together.
was, yes,
So
it was.
I'm always happy to talk with you. We go back a long ways.
Long
Mike.
ways back, yep. We've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
Sure have. Well, hey, we're always grateful to have you
Yep.
on. Love the experience to speak with you. Coach, talk a little bit about your background with wrestling as far as Derry area goes. I know you've been there for quite some time.
Well, obviously I started back in JO's probably when, I don't even know when now it was, before my oldest son Cody was wrestling. So probably early 20s I started there. So I've been with the school ever since. I wrestled at Derry, JO's the whole way through high school, and then I coached the whole way up through JO's into junior high, now high school. So this is my 18th year on staff at the high school in junior high, and this is my 10th year as head coach for high school.
Wow. Time flies, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yep. We've been pretty lucky over that time, so I'm happy.
Coach, do us a favor. Brief recap of last year.
Last year was a little bit of a rebuilding year for us, so to speak. I mean, we did lose a big senior class the year before with DeLuca and Trey and all those guys going out, and Baker and Case. I mean, we had a whole group going through so we had to make up a little bit there. We didn't have a great year. We lost a lot of close matches, and we ended up I think 7-9, I believe, overall record. But it was and then we didn't have some kids that didn't show up, so it kind of made it a little more of a rebuilding year. But it was good. I mean, it was a nice year. It was a good transition year for me, so to speak, without one of my kids on the team finally. So it was different. It was nice, though. I enjoyed it a little bit last year. It was
You
nice.
had 9 juniors last year. Were they all able to come back this year? How's your team size look this year?
We're about 17 right now. I ended up having like 21 on the roster, and a few of them didn't come back out. We lost a good bit to. I hate to say it, but these kids are at home, and they're not at school, so they're not coming. They're not pushed. So I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. I had a couple just quit on me because I did bring a couple kids in. We had one move away, but I did get a couple transfers in, so it's kind of nice. I got a boy from Blairsville, Charlie Banks. Charlie's going to be probably 20 this year, 26. He's a sophomore, and it's nice because it's nice to get kids. And so he's a solid kid. We're anxious to see what he does. And then we got Lucid Jackson. He wrestled at Indiana last year. Lucid is actually Sean Broadway's stepbrother, half-brother.
Okay.
So he moved away when he homeschooled last year and was in Indiana with his mom, and then he decided to come back this year to Derry. So we're excited to have him back, too, in the lineup.
Yeah, two good additions.
So we got
then.
2 decent kids. And so 2 additions. I know we lost about 5 or 6, but, we'll take the ones we got instead. So we're pretty happy with that. Going to be a fairly young team, though.
Coach, talk about a few of the individuals that you're expecting some big things from this year, potentially some trips to Chocolate Town.
Well, obviously Ty Zimmerman's our main guy.
Right.
Ty's been the main guy since he came back into town. Came back to Derry. So he was a late Tro boy. He came into Derry, moved in with his mom, and he's been just doing great ever since. So we expect big things out of Ty. He's been wrestling all summer and all fall for Team Nauman and different stuff like that, getting into Super 32, all these big tournaments. So he's doing the right things. He's wrestling with Trey a lot, my son, on the side a little bit. Mickey, obviously, when Mickey's around. So he's definitely doing the right things. So we expect him to be there and have a shot to win a title. That's our goal, is obviously to win a title senior year. So we'll see what he can do. He's our main guy. He's our captain. I do have a couple other captains. Nick Reaping's a senior. He's a captain. He's just been around for a long time.
Right.
So he's a good vocal leader in the room. So it's nice to have him there. So he should be, he's going to wrestle with Ty at 52 and then drop down to 45. Ty's going to drop to 45. So then Nick will probably end up going to 38 after that. So we're going to start out at 52 and 45 with those guys. Then Braden Mickenak's back. He's going to be at 189. So he's down a little bit from last year. With this whole new weight change, it kind of actually, in a way, benefited us a little bit.
Helped you out, right?
Yeah, it did. So he's down to 89. He's going to be there. He's a junior. We have Eric Catone. He's going to be at 72. So he's down a weight class, and he looks good. They both look really good. They had a nice football season. Didn't get a full season in, but they did well. So I'm excited there. And then Ty's younger brother, Noah, is a junior this year. And he's been heavyweight since we moved him up as a freshman. So maybe now he grew into the spot a little bit. He's a good athlete, though. He's a good athlete and a good kid, so we're hoping that he does well. We're young down low though, but
Right.
we'll see what
Now,
happens.
Ty is a 3-time state qualifier or
Three-time state
place
qualifier
winner.
and 2-time place winner. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Now, you have a little bit of a change this year in your section. You have the addition of Ligonier Valley this year
Yes.
into your subsection, and you lost Fraser. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's your feelings on that? I mean, Fraser brought a good team last year. They were competitive, right?
Fraser's going to have a good team this year. They're actually going to fill a lineup this year. So Buck's doing a good job with those guys. They're going to fill a lineup finally after a long time of doing it. And then Ligonier, it's good for us because logistically wise, Ligonier is next door neighbor. So it's like Ligonier is like going to Latrobe or going to Blairsville for us.
Right out 30.
So yeah, I mean it's literally right there. And I teach Ligonier, Latrobe, and Derry kids. So I'll get some of those kids into school too where I teach. So it's kind of nice. I don't mind it. I think we should have been wrestling them forever. I wish they were back in the county tournament.
Oh, I do too.
So maybe we can get them back in now that they're in the WPIO. So
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we want to say thanks to head coach Mike Wynell. Coach, we're fingers crossed that we know it's going to be different, but we're still hoping we have that season. We look forward to covering the Trojans as we always do. I know that we always really enjoy the Latrobe Derry match, that crosstown cup battle, if you will. That's always an exciting match for us, and it's always right before Christmas, so that's kind of like our Merry Christmas match.
I think they're going to move out one this year. It's that Latrobe, so Coach Mears is going to – they rescheduled that one, I believe, a little bit later. But that's okay. It's still good. We still want to get it in, so if we have to move it, we have to move it. I did want to mention one thing, though. We added Troy Dolan to the staff this year. So Troy's back. He moved home, so we got Troy back on the staff. So little Troy's back in the room. He's down at junior high with BJ McKeska. So we got those guys down there running my junior high team, so we're going to start building it over again. That's nice.
I think that's the plan right there, Coach. You get some guys with not just great high school experience, but some NCAA Division I experience. So congratulations on landing those two as your coaching staff. It's only as strong as the foundation. And it sounds
100%.
like you've got the right people in place. But
I get them Derry guys back in the room, It's nice to have Troy because he's on the wall. His signet's on the wall in the room. Kids get to actually see a face to who that guy is, So, and he likes it too. So it's good for him and it's good for the program. So we're happy.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Derry area, Troy. We're excited to see you in the corner. That's head coach Mike Wynell. When we return on the Westmoreland Sports Network, we will be joined by head coach Randy Parsley of the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions, our alma mater. We'll be right back.